The Maryland cops are running double time.
Everybody, get some water. Okay.
So, why are you here today?
Documenting.
Documenting? Me too. Cool. Do you have beef with the G20, or you're just kind of know that people are reacting?
Yeah.
Right on. Do you know what the G20 is?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you know what they're talking about?
Yes.
Do you agree with their politics?
I'd say maybe.
Maybe?
I don't know. I don't know anything about politics. But I know that there's more than 20 countries in the world.
Well, what I don't think is a very good thing is that I haven't seen any altercations, but now they're all putting on their gas masks.
Well, it's just a procedure.
A procedure for what?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
But, you know, why be so curious about stuff like that is, you know, you don't have no control over.
Yeah, that's right. We sure don't have any control over the police.
You really don't.
They launched tear gas already.
So where are you guys from?
Pittsburgh, actually.
Right on. And are you here because of G20 or because of protests?
We're here at school, but we're out here because of G20 protests.
Right. So what's your beef with the G20?
Where do you start?
Are you recording this?
I'm curious. I want to know because so many people I've interviewed so far don't know why they're here or can't articulate the problems that, you know, the G20 are about to, well, hopefully not, right? That's why we're here, is to express our disinterest in their politics.
So are you here to make a film then?
Well, I'm actually here to kind of tell other people why other protesters are here. I know why I'm here. I know exactly what's wrong with the G20. I think that, I mean, I want to know if people are afraid of neoliberalism still, or if it's about globalization more, or if really now they're so focused on like the green economy that that's kind of like the preponderant theme. I just don't know, you know, like, because everybody has their own issues. Some here are for war, right? Everyone wants, but on the agenda for the G20 is more finance and stuff. But that's not the only feedback I'm getting from the protesters. So I don't know.
I feel like probably more people are upset with G20 now. It's probably a different crowd than like people who protested a couple of years ago. I think it's probably a more diverse group of people who are upset with G20. Probably because of the economic downturn. It's not like governments have really interfered in any significant way with the massive job loss.
Yeah, they haven't done anything yet.
Sympathetic.
I mean, it's just like, the bailout is just basically like saying we agree with socialism, but only for the rich, but we're not going to call it that. We're going to pretend it's still neoliberalism. And this is like just a fundamentally undemocratic way of going about making policy. And so I think climate change, warmongering, and all of that is wrapped into it. But essentially,
yeah, there hasn't been any kind of employment relief. They haven't executed any meaningful financial regulation in the years since. I feel like there's just an absence of results from the governments. People are probably just pissed. And then probably people don't know, including myself, all that much about the G20 delegates because they're unelected, half invisible people. So when people are like inarticulate about the G20, I feel like that's less a problem than a symptom of the fact that they just are actually being ruled in many ways by people that they don't know. I mean, it's a large international financial cadre. Yeah, I mean, how many delegates can you name at the G20?
By name?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, because suddenly like the shadow government, you know, meets, and there's probably like this mystery over even what their function is.
Yeah. Or what jurisdiction they have.
Right.
You know, how far can they go? What can they do?
Really discuss that in the news.
Yeah.
There's just big headline names that lead various talks. And that seems to be what the media interest is. Like Michelle Obama is speaking something.
Right.
It's not like there's like policy discussion.
Ma'am, are you here to protest or observe? Interesting. Are you from Pittsburgh?
Yes.
So trying to keep your neighborhood safe?
Yep. Just trying to support them.
Are you in solidarity with the protesters then?
Yes.
Awesome. And so what don't you like about the G20? Or do you like about the G20? I guess that's sort of a biased question, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Did you come from California just for this today?
I came from New York for this today.
Oh,
I go to
okay.
school in New York.
Right on. And so why are you here, to observe or to protest?
Depends on whichever's more convenient at any given time.
Touche.
But mostly to protest.
All right. And so what, in your opinion, is worth protesting for the G20?
I don't support any of the neoliberal policies that the IMF and the World Bank have put in place for the last 20 or so years, and I don't really trust the nations with the most capital to reform it properly. They're reforming it now because of the financial crisis, but they've tried reforming it in the past. Consistently follow the Washington consensus policies dogmatically, no matter how many times that fails, no matter how much wealth polarization it promotes, no matter how each country's individual economy is different, because like asymmetry between labor and capital or problems like that. I don't think so. They just completely ignore it and say if we privatize and liberalize everything and liberalize capital markets, then everything will work, even though that's pretty much consistently been the opposite of what's true for development. And so, yeah, I want to come here and state my case with everybody else.
Right on.
I don't particularly support the Pens.
Right. Well, as a Detroiter, that Stanley Cup is actually mine, if you think about it. I would say there's 30 of us that have remained, and probably 60 to 80 cows. They used to have their baton sticks in the slings, and they were given orders probably 10 minutes ago to get them out, but the purpose of that is unclear. So you're from Pittsburgh, and are you here to protect your city, or are you here to protest the G20?
I would be with the protesters, but I'm here just to see what's happening. I would like to protest, but I'm also would not like to get arrested too.
Right.
But at the same time, I think you should be able to walk down. I mean, what's the point of them stopping you? They're saying you're blocking the streets, but they're setting up roadblocks. So
Right.
I don't really understand the whole idea of the police presence. There's not a overwhelming number of protesters. There's an overwhelming number of police.
Yeah.
So.
Super overprepared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. So then, why? What issue do you have with the G20? Like, what's the big hitter for you?
I would say, I mean, just that they're a huge unelected force that has so much power over economic policies, and I think that's probably the biggest issue.
Okay. Do you know if there are cops there?
There's people breaking stuff, there's cops. Right now, I don't know.
I heard that all was broken.
Are we breaking things right now?
That's pretty blown out of proportion, don't you think?
What?
That all they broke was a window, and you guys are...
That's not all they broke. They sent these,
They turned them over?
No, they flipped them up and we turned them over. They flipped them up and rolled
You
them
turned them
down while people were
over.
over
Shouldn't
here.
somebody arrest you for turning that over?
Genius.
Can one of those officers arrest you for turning that over? Isn't that like illegal? I think that's illegal.
I don't think it is.
But so, is there a reason that you're still in the area?
Yeah, because the residents here whose windows are getting broken aren't too happy.
I don't think any residents' windows were broken.
But there's no more violence.
You guys should roll all the way up the street.
Can we go look? Will you let us
Stay,
pass?
you
We
can
can
look
see.
when we clear.
Do you know approximately how long you'll be wasting our time here?
As long as you're wasting our time.
Okay.
I like that dog. That one's cuter than yours.
We're here for the
He
residents.
looks pretty nice.